You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It's your host, Brian Fullerton, here, hanging out with you guys, actually coming in real time and also hanging out in person here at Aquascape here. We're at Greg Whitstock's facility over in, is this St. Charles, Illinois? Is that where it's from, Tony?
I think so.
That's right. Okay, so we're over here hanging out with Tony. We're making friends. Got to know each other. You were at LAL, right?
LAL, second year.
Second year in a row. Mm-hmm. So then you saw Greg over there and then decided to make the jump to come over here. Mm-hmm. Just, 2 weeks later?
Actually, I went to GIE and I met with the rep from my area.
That's right.
And she told me about it and I was like, okay.
Yeah. So what did you think about Greg? Did you know Greg previous to J Plus Expo, or did you just maybe hear about him? Or
I've heard about Greg and started watching him on YouTube videos. And really, I first heard about him on your podcast when he
maybe the
summertime when he's talking about putting in ponds and the profitability of ponds over lawn maintenance and things like that.
Yes.
So
that's Greg's MO. He's for those of you guys that maybe don't know, Greg Whitstock, the pond guy, has this beautiful facility. It's kind of like a Google facility. If you look out front,
that's exactly what I thought. Because everything I hear about Google on TV, they have the couches and the cushions and everything you just relax on. I mean, there's a basketball court.
Yep.
There's the volleyball court.
They're going ham right now in the volleyball court.
Hammed you.
Yeah, I was the most unathletic person in the whole facility, if that's a fact. I let 5 balls go right by. When I went into the room, it was 3 to 8, and then we quickly shortened it up 3 to 15. And you know what I'm saying, folks? I maybe not the most athletic person in the world, but I was telling Tony, my game is paintball. I love playing paintball. I feel like I'm pretty decent at paintball. I think it's because I'm short and fast. I don't really know, but that's my game. But they got basketball courts up here, volleyball courts. There's a soccer field. You see the soccer field with the ice rink thing?
Oh yeah, I've seen it. That's really cool.
I'm like, what the heck? There's a soccer field here.
They got you go an extreme over. They got a full weight room.
Yes.
Hot tub and ice bath.
And the sauna.
Yes.
It's crazy. Are you staying here or are you staying at a hotel?
I'm staying in a hotel.
Oh, dude, you should grab a pair of shorts from somebody and go check out the steam room up there. It is. Greg was showing me it when I was here last time, 6 months ago. Mm-hmm. I've never been in a steam room. It was the thickest steam ever, and Greg and I had our moment. It was fantastic. I'm sure somebody's laughing right now, but wow. So, anyway, actually, I told Greg he cost me $6,500 because our just a little tangent here. We're building our custom home, and our architect goes through this whole line item. It's 80 line items deep about things we want to put in the house. So we're talking about the cabinets, and then I don't know, the painting, the trim. I mean, it's everything, right? And he goes, number 84 was a steam shower. He goes, and I didn't know if you guys wanted a steam shower. And I'm like, well, I've never been in a steam shower except one time. How much is that? He tells me how much it is. It's $6,000 because you got to run this whole system and this massive door and all this other mess. And I'm like, well, actually, I'm kind of inclined to say yes because 5 months earlier, I was here hanging out with Greg, and he's like, you've never been in a steam shower room, decompressing after a long day? And I'm like, no. So there's a eucalyptus thing, and it was actually pretty dope. So anyway, $6,000 later, I keep messing with Greg. I'm like, yeah, check's in the mail, buddy. But I just having fun. So we're up here. The weight room, though, is pretty dope. That's
it's nice.
Full treadmill, full dumbbells everywhere, plates everywhere. That kind of builds a dream. So Tony, tell me a little bit more about you, your background. You have been in business for how many years now?
I'm getting ready to go into my 5th season in lawn care.
Okay.
Out of Shelbyville, Kentucky, which is a few minutes outside of Louisville.
Okay.
Basically, it's just me. I'm a solo lawn care operator. I run about 25 to 30 lawns. Try to do it full time. I get enough work on the side to keep it going. Let my wife work. She's a stay-at-home mom. And
cool.
Try to take care of my kids. But the reason I'm up here is because
want to learn more.
I want to learn more. I want to make more. I mean, that's why I listen to you and your podcast. That's why I listen to all your content. And
yeah, we appreciate that.
I want to grow.
Heck yeah. Now, did you, how old are you right now?
38.
Did you do, what were you doing before you were doing the lawn care thing?
I got stuck in restaurants.
Restaurant? Okay.
I grew up as a kid, and first job was at a washing dishes.
Yep.
Yeah, washing dishes at a little restaurant, and then blew me up to cook, and I got really freaking good at cooking.
Yeah.
And I got stuck at it.
Really?
It's one of those jobs where it's you're really good at, And it's hard to walk away from. And you
Yep.
want to walk away from it,
Yep.
but it keeps pulling you back in.
Yep, and it can be good money. It's a fast paced lifestyle. You know, we're doing a lot of nights and weekends probably too.
Oh, insane!
Yeah,
insane hours.
Yeah, my uncle owned like 4 or 5 different restaurants now, and what that means is if you're at anybody in the family, you're working at the restaurant. So I was busting tables for $5 an hour, pulling weeds around the whole place, you know, outside and trimming grass, and he had this huge berm hill, it was like 20 feet tall, like this huge like 30-degree slope, and like somebody had to weed whip it down like back in the day. It had this old wooden fence. God, I'm having like PTSD. But he would pay me like, you know, $50 for the day. And that was good money when you're like, you know, 15, 18-year-old kid. So after the restaurants, decided to do your own lawn care. What's the name of your company?
The Lawn Nerd.
The Lawn Nerd. Okay.
The Lawn Nerd. I like, I like kind of nerdy things. And,
yeah.
And it's kind of like interesting because I was like, what can I do that kind of represents me as a name? So I just called myself the Lawn Nerd.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Well, you can also like play on that with like a DIY aspect too, if you ever wanted to do anything with your own property. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you're like a lawn nerd, like the lawn care nut, but different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
No Alan Hayne. I'm not on Alan Hayne's level.
Alan knows his stuff inside and out. I love talking to Alan. He's a super smart guy, really friendly guy. Mm-hmm. So you were at Expo. Now, had you been to J Plus Expo before?
That was my second year.
Second year
at Expo was this year.
Okay.
First year was 2019, and of course, you know, 2020 was a wreck.
Yep. So second year there, and then you saw the Aquascape team. So what was that interaction looking like? Did they have a booth, or just meet somebody in the hallway, or what was that like?
Oh Lord, I'd sit there. I was getting ready to leave for the night. I was actually going to head home because I only lived like 30 minutes from Louisville.
Oh yeah.
And so
where are you from again?
Shelbyville.
Yeah, but you said in what state?
Kentucky. I'm sorry.
No, but
Louisville, Kentucky.
How do you say that again?
Louisville.
Louisville.
You can call it Louisville.
No. I know not to say Louisville, but I'm like Louisville. But you guys say it like Louisville.
Louisville.
Yeah. So you're 20, 30 minutes down the road.
Oh yeah.
And so you came. When did you see Aquascape on Wednesday or Thursday?
Oh, I think it was Wednesday because I used one day as a trade day, one day as a demo day.
Yep.
And I was getting ready to leave for the day, and I was like, "Oh, I'll bump back through the trade show real quick." And when I did, I'd seen their booth, and I was like, "Well, shoot, it's something that interested me for a while there since I heard Greg Woodstock on your podcast the first time." And I talked to a lady named Caitlin, and she was telling me all about it, and gave me a little paper form and told me to go online and fill it out. And I did, and
lo and behold, you're here.
Here I am.
Yeah. Well, and Greg set something up actually downstairs at the they have this huge, cool classroom, and he said one of the things you got to do is take action. And he said, congrats to all those folks that are even in the room taking action.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest with you because that is actually like I know how like Caleb and Brittany Almond they get their word of the year or whatever they do, something like that.
Yep.
But like I've made my word of the year. Actually, my word of I want to live by is action.
I like it,
and because I want to start taking action, and so when I start to do things and I push myself more, and I get more involved and I do things that I would never do before.
Amen.
Like anything that I was scared to do before, or nervous. Or just didn't want to take that plunge, and that's why I'm here. I took that action to get to where I want to take the action to get to where I want to be in life. Yeah. To provide for my family and my kids. And
what made you come to that conclusion that you had to put yourself out there? Was it like because it's not a natural thing? It sounds like for you.
Getting older.
Amen to that. Yeah. So time is ticking. You want to start crushing it.
Time is ticking. I want to crush it, and I mean. And I'm proud of the young guys out here who's younger than me. And they're just banging it out. I mean, these guys I'm proud of.
I feel you.
And I'm looking at them. I was like, well, shoot. I feel like kind of like the wasted life of my good years are kind of passed.
No,
and
not
I'm
at all.
To catch back up in the next 5 or 10 years.
Absolutely. So so you're doing some maintenance right now, and then you want to get more into landscaping. And you saw the Aquascape lifestyle and the Aquascape products and services as a way to bridge that, supplement that, even move towards building some of that stuff. What do you think about, and this is a whole pitch. Greg didn't like throw us both a 20 spot to like make a big pitch about Aquascape. But I honestly like Greg's, I guess Greg's pitch is if you're going to go mow 100 lawns a week, that's fine. That's cool. Or you can go install 1, 2, 3, 4 ponds a week. He goes, I just don't, Greg's conversation is, why do you guys mow grass all day with low margins when they can go do, live the dream, doing Aquascape installs? And I don't discredit or dismiss anything that he's saying. I think there's I've always publicly said there's more money to be made in landscaping, from mulch to flower installs to aeration overseeds to landscaping and hardscaping. I don't even think it takes like a right kind of person. You just have to learn a couple things and, like Greg said earlier, take action. So I do see where Greg's coming from. Me personally, I have a pretty set business. I'm very happy with it. It's very like rinse and repeat. It's very predictable, right? But for somebody that's like getting started again, somebody asked me earlier, what do you think about all this? And I said, if I was going to do my company all over again, I would get a lot more into landscaping and hardscaping, and I would probably include water features because it's just the margins are better. You're not moving around as much. You might have to buy a mini axe and a skid steer, but you don't have to keep burning out $15,000 lawnmowers, right? So I do see the merits of what Greg's putting together here. So what's the allure and the draw for you? What are you looking to get out of the Aquascape system and program here?
Kind of exactly what you're just talking about there. I'm kind of getting to the point in my life where I need to look at more higher profitable jobs to go into. And I mean, when I first heard that you can freaking put a water feature in that cost you $1,500 for like $4,000 for $5,000, 2 people can do that in like 4 hours.
Yeah,
and it's like that is insane.
Yeah.
Now I do like the aspect of the lawn care because lawn care does provide that steady income and paycheck.
Sure.
And that's why I'm personally kind of nervous to get away from lawn care completely right now.
Yep.
But I know eventually that either I got to hire that out to somebody else or just let that go and
make the jump.
That's
cool. Now so we're here for tell them what you're actually here for, because Greg brought me in. I'm just a fly on the wall, kind of hanging out, shooting a YouTube video. So if you guys are listening to this real time, we probably just dropped the YouTube video or will be any minute. It's probably titled like, mow 200 lawns or do 2 pond installs. One of those clickbaity kind of titles. You guys know how the YouTube algorithm works, right? You got to make it somewhat clickbaity. But what are you here for specifically? This is one of their star classes, right? Is that what they call it?
Yeah, I think it's called Aquascape's Academy, and it is their it's like a starter program or something like that. But yeah. I'm here just really to learn. I've never done a pond install before in my life.
Yeah.
And, I like them. They're cute. I think they're beautiful.
They are.
You add that to anybody's landscaping, and if you're in the landscaping business, I mean, you have a pond install from a pond install. Like Greg says, the Aquascape lifestyle. Mm-hmm. When somebody has that pond and water feature, they're going to want to start to live, like kind of stay outside more. Then they're going to want a patio. Yep. They're going to want like a fire pit. They're going to want an outdoor kitchen.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of opportunities just from water features that you can grow your business from.
I loved when he gave that pitch. He said there's lighting, there's like you said, kitchen, there's the landscape design. Like it starts with a pond, where mowing, it ends with mowing. And so you can build upon that. So what when you were out there in the sandbox? So if you guys don't know, if you haven't watched the YouTube video, Greg's got this huge sandbox. What is it, like probably 40 by 50 back there?
Oh, easy.
Yeah, big section. He built this facade of a home. I don't know if I can share this, but it cost him like $80,000 to build that. And then they built the little she shed back there. It was like $40,000. Yeah. So he built a $120,000 set. Literally back there because with COVID, they couldn't do classes, but they could stream and do webinars and Zooms and just YouTube videos, right, in the sandbox. So that's how we kept everybody going in 2020, right? Is that the pandemic?
I think so.
Yeah. What year is it right now?
I don't know.
Dude, it's been a blur, brother. It is 2021 though, right?
Yeah.
The Lord of our Domini, Lord of our Savior, Caleb Ballman there with whatever they say on the Contractor podcast. But anyway, so we're all back there right now hanging out in the sandbox, building out this What did we build this morning? What were you guys doing today?
This morning was a water basin. It was an urn.
Yep.
And the guys literally threw that together in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It was a $4,000 water feature they threw together. 2 guys threw together in 45 minutes. And
Yep.
And this afternoon they actually did the pond install, which was freaking crazy and beautiful at the same time.
It turned out really, really nice. Mm-hmm. Right now it's I don't know what they call it, filtering a little bit of the sediment. So it's like kind of settling, if you will, and kind of cleaning out. And then we're going to go down here in about, a half hour or so, check it out, because Greg's going to kill the lights for the warehouse. And you get to see the light or the pond light up at night, if you will. And it's really, really cool stuff to see, So is that stuff that you want to incorporate into your company and start offering to your customers even starting next year? Or what's the plan?
I would love to. Right now, the plan is to pretty much, I got a few different ideas in my head between like landscape lighting and water features and different things that I can expand my business with, and just kind of throw a couple things against the wall. Yeah. Keep the mowing, keep the paycheck coming in while it's steady.
Yep.
And then slowly, gradually go into maybe something else, move toward a different field or a different area.
Yeah, that's awesome. So this class, you paid to be here. This is
yeah.
is a couple $100, right? Mm-hmm. So a couple $100 to be here, and then you got to pay for a hotel room.
And pay for a hotel room.
So you went to Expo second time, but still an investment. You went to Launchpreneur Academy. That wasn't free. That's not cheap.
No.
And then you came here 2 weeks later. So you've checked out 3 different things in 3 weeks apart each, or 2 weeks for the last one. But what's your MO for investing into yourself? I mean, you've shelled out $1,500 to $2,000 in the last 8 weeks. What's the game plan behind that? That's really intriguing to me.
Oh, this like me just growing as a person, or me growing as a business, or
I don't know. What's the MO?
I don't know. I've just always
seems like both.
Oh, it kind of is both. Like I've always been a person who kind of wanted to like just improve myself to the best of my ability, and it's all motivational podcasts. It's like the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast, the Jocko. I love Andrew Frisella.
Yeah, and he's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT.
Yeah,
I mean he fire every day. He spits fire.
Yep.
Anyway, and I read constantly. So it's like I was reading like either through Audible or a physical book. I'm always reading self-improvement books, just trying to make myself better. I'm trying to get a better person for my family, because like once you have kids, and I know you have a little girl now, but you start to look at them and you're like, I can do more. I can do better.
I almost look at it as I need to do better. Yeah. Like I got to stop messing around with this thing.
Well, because you don't need to do better. You got to do better for yourself, but then you got to do better because I have people counting on me, looking up for me, and if I want them to kind of have the life that I wanted to have when I was their age or young, that I have to be the provider, and I have to be the one who does that and helps them through that.
That's so cool. And you have what's family situation look like?
Oh, see here. Oh,
you have
three kids.
10, 7, and 5, right?
Oh no, 6, 4, and 3.
6, 4, and 3. You said a joke earlier. What was the joke?
6, 4, and 3. Like, there's 3 months out of the year that they're exactly 1 year apart. So I can say like a 6, 5, and a 4-year-old.
Yeah, that's easy to remember for 3 months of the year.
Oh yeah,
that's awesome. I hope to be in that position one day too, with a couple more kids. And family life is different, brother. I'll tell you what. You guys are going 100 miles an hour. That's a fact. And kids are in school then, right?
Oh yeah, little girl. Actually, we homeschool right now just because the pandemic and everything they're trying to push through school. So she's just in first grade this year, so we're just
kind of easing into it,
testing it out and stuff like that. The 2 younger boys are not they're not ready for school yet, but they'll probably be homeschooled for their kindergarten and things like that. So
just give them YouTube; they'll figure it out.
So I like what Elon talks about, how like Elon Musk says, like, you don't got to go to college. You just got to be able to prove yourself, be able to prove you can do things.
Yeah. I mean, work hard, and you have to have the prerequisite is always going to be, you have to have the intelligence to do whatever job you're going to do, but it doesn't mean you have to learn it from college and spend 60, 80, 100 grand to do it.
Exactly.
That's really, really cool. Well, this is really, really cool. So we've just been buds this whole day. Honestly, there's a couple guys here. Another guy, Josh, that we're going to get on, Josh and Jason. They have, is it Lux Landscaping or something like that? I think they're going to be in a future episode, but it's really cool because there's guys out there that are mowing. You're in this position where you're looking at other options to grow revenue, and you don't always have to get 50, 80, 100, 200 mowing accounts. And I like mowing, like you said, because it's pay the bill money. But I've said 100 times on the podcast before, and then I've noticed this, and this has just been my observation, is you get the mowing to get the landscaping. You get the mowing or the customer and their relationship to upsell them the jackpot jobs, the money jobs, the pruning, the pond install, the water feature install. Right. So this is really, really cool. When we were here at the end of the class, they have like the next steps or whatever. Are you moving forward with that? Are you thinking about? I'm just curious.
I don't know. I haven't. I've looked at the papers. I don't know too much about it, but I'm thinking about it. I mean, they know he has a Facebook group, a private Facebook group that all these guys are going to be in to kind of help you through. And that's one thing I learned when I'm here, and I like about the Aquascape lifestyle or the Aquascape training is because they give you so much support.
Yep.
And it's like you're never going to be alone. If you decide you want to get into like water fountains and waterscapes and things like that, and you decide to go through Aquascapes, you will never be alone. You will always have somebody there to call, somebody to contact, somebody who has answer to the questions that you don't know how to figure out.
Amen to that. Well, and I've told this to Greg many times. One thing I really respect and appreciate about Greg is his tribe, his culture, the atmosphere. Like, everybody seems to be very, very helpful. Like, in our little lawn care community, we try to be helpful and everybody helps each other out. But that's not the greater lawn care industry, right? But in Greg, what he's doing for the pond industry is there's only a couple big players really, and Greg's arguably probably the biggest. So what he's doing with building this tribe and this culture and these Facebook groups and all this other stuff, and what do they call them, the CACs, the Certified Aquascape Contractors, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
Something about like that. Everybody's really cool, really helpful. I've met so many cool people across the country, and I think it's a really, really good group. And I just love what Greg's doing here. It's always a fun time. I always feel better about myself leaving Aquascape than I did when I came, and that's why I keep coming back. So what's your vibe? What's your takeaway? And we'll probably button it up.
Oh shoot! This is my first time here, so I came up here. I got here early last night.
Okay.
And I was late to the original meet and greet last night. About like an hour and a half. So I walked around downstairs in the dark by myself, like looking at all the water features, trying to figure out where everybody was at. And so I was just like listening for voices. I was like,
they're there somewhere.
And of course, this place is huge, you know. So if you do hear a voice, you don't know where it's coming from.
It's in the back.
But anyway, man, the ponds out front. You got these two huge ecosystem ponds out front, which are freaking gorgeous, and you got a waterfall that you can walk through. I don't know if you've been through that yet.
The one like Greg's, the main one out front.
Yes.
You can swim in that.
You can.
Oh yeah, like there's an underwater cave and stuff in there. Yeah, I wouldn't do it this time of year, but
this time of year. But no, this place is awesome. I mean, I think and I also feel like the employee culture here is just like the best in the world. Like, I think we talked about it earlier. Like, if you're like kind of like the Google, how like Google like has like the sleep pods and things like that for their employees. I mean, I don't know if the Greg has that, but they have beanbag chairs like lining the walls, and like it's sports, almost like a full sports complex upstairs. So it's like,
well, and that's the thing too. Like you can have the great leader, but if you got great people on the team too that are on the bus and they're all having fun and everybody's cool and everybody's friendly, you know, there's a couple of guys, Tony, and then what's his Colleen, I think is his president or CEO, whatever. Great girl. I mean, I picked her brain a bunch when I was here the last couple of times. I don't know if she's here actually today, but she's an amazing girl, older lady, but she is sharp as a tack, and super nice lady. Because I mean, they're running a $50-60 million organization here, and I'm like, and you just look at that back warehouse, a couple 100,000 square feet, and it's just like millions of dollars of inventory.
Oh yeah.
We were actually walking the docks, and Greg was like, he's like, all these are orders for December or for November and December, and I said, I don't know, is that good or bad? And he's like, dude, we're normally dead in November and December. The whole you walked right by it. It's filled with orders, like the whole pallet stacked up. And he's like, business is just booming. People are buying stuff. People are putting in ponds. The company's growing, and I think you're in a good position. You're in an uptrend industry right now. So that's got to feel pretty good if you're looking at other opportunities. Yeah,
because I think you talked about this morning too. Because right now, I mean, everybody is working from home.
Yes,
and so they said,
great point.
So like I think the commercial real estate business is probably going to hurt a little bit because they're not going to need these buildings anymore because a lot of people are moving to home. And while they're at home
office,
you start looking around and you're like, I need to upgrade that. I like to upgrade that. Like, So
I agree. I think that trend started last year. I think it still has been as robust as ever this year. And I don't think it's going to slow down for another year or two until people either A, decide to go back to work, or B, this is just the new normal. Like I said a couple of times on other episodes, my sister-in-law, my brother's wife, she's not going back to the corporate office ever again. Like they're just not. And she works for a big company, and you guys know the name. It starts with the C. It's a clothing line. A whole nother story for a whole nother time. But they literally said in their like emails and all their communications, hey, we're never going back to the office, and this is a new normal. So if you're living that at home life, right, working from home, you want to look outside and you can work on the deck, have the pond going in the backyard, like you said, a pool, a patio, a kitchen, all that mess.
Aquascape lifestyle.
There it is, brother. Well, we'll button up right here, man. This is a short and sweet one. We're just hanging here. Everybody's murdering the volleyball room, and I think they just let out. But are you going to go tag up? You're going to go in there and rock and roll? You're not going to play volleyball?
I think I sweated enough today. I don't know.
After my illustrious performance, you don't want to go? Hey, where can people find you, and if they want to go down the rabbit hole? And are you on social and all that fun stuff?
Yeah, I think the Lawn Nerd on Instagram.
Okay.
And that's where I'm at.
And you're out of what city in Kentucky?
Shelbyville.
Shelbyville.
Right outside of Louisville.
There you go. Well, the Lawn Nerd, we got Anthony. Do you go by Anthony or Tony?
Tony.
Yeah, I was going to say Tony, right? But we got Tony over here hanging with us over here at Aquascape and Aqualand, which is really, really cool. If you guys have never been here, I implore you to check out the website. I think it's a really good time, and go down the rabbit hole. If you decide to pursue ponds and water features, fantastic. If not, absolutely no big deal. And if you sign up, tell them Brian sent you, and they'll save you 10%. I'm just kidding. That's not a thing. That's not a thing, by the way. But I'm sure Greg would actually honor that. But who knows, right? All right. Well, Tony, we're out of here, brother. We'll catch up with you guys all here on the next episode of the Fully Unfiltered podcast, guys. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch up with you here on the next one.
Looking to get new customers, including commercial clients? LawEntrepreneurAcademy.com has you covered. Looking to learn the best new strategies for postcard marketing? We've got that covered too. Get instant access to 6 videos showing how to get new residential and commercial customers with yard signs, postcards, social media marketing, Facebook ads, Google My Business listings, and so much more. These 6 videos are designed to help you expand with the best tactics and strategies to secure new customers and grow your business. The How to Get New Customers training program will get your phone to ringing. Hello? Visit LawEntrepreneurAcademy.com and pick it up today. Hey, a little treat for you today. Some bonus content from the Brian's Lawn Maintenance YouTube channel.
Hey, what's up, guys? Good morning. Brian here, Brian's Lawn Maintenance. 3:30 in the morning. Dude, we're out here plowing snow already again in Michigan. What the heck is going on, bro? Well, you know what? It's a quick little scrape today. We got about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches of snow on the ground. Just kind of in that awkward sweet spot where if you're doing a salt run, it's probably not gonna just bomb out everything here for your clients. So we are out here doing a quick scrape. Actually, I'm over here at the church that we manage. I'll show you guys around. We just got done doing this huge acre-sized parking lot, and then we're gonna zip back over this way and finish cleaning out the rest of this driveway. I've only been here for maybe 25 minutes, so we're making some really good time today. Already been on the phone with Mike Bedell coordinating our salting, and things are going well. I'm on about 3 hours of sleep. Before I went to bed, I did back-to-back coaching calls with some of you guys. And then at about 10 a.m. this morning, I'm out of here to take a flight over to Illinois to go hang out with Greg Woodstock, the pond guy. So I gotta get moving. We got a lot of work to do, 4 or 5 hours to do it. Foreman Rob is gonna be out there in about another hour and a half at 5 a.m. to run the snow blowers, clean up the residential sidewalks. Man, it feels good to be out here, doesn't it? Plowing that snow, making that dough. All right, guys, let me get the GoPro out. We'll try to get some good footage for you guys as we go plow some parking lots, and we look forward to catching up with you guys here in a minute. Let's go. All right, guys, well, it is a couple hours later. I got 6:55 on the dash. So what is that, about 3.5 hours to go ahead and tidy up the 3 commercial sites that we're doing. Now, my boy Bedell is taking care of the tire shop that we manage because it's about 5 minutes down the road from his house, maybe, probably about 2 minutes down the road, realistically. And then we did 19 or 20 residentials here, just tagged up the driveways. Rob took an hour and a half to knock out all the sidewalks. He called me as he was actually zipping out of the last sub where I had 6 or 7 left. And he's like, dude, it only took me an hour and a half to shovel all of them. Quick little 1.5 inches, kind of a weird 1.5 inches, 2 inches. I was just talking to Bedell. It's kind of like if you don't shovel or plow, you're going to get a call, hey, you guys coming out? And then if you do plow or shovel, you're going to get a call, hey, did you guys come on out? Was it really worth it? I don't know if you guys can ever relate to that. Hey, actually, I know this probably won't be the longest vlog. I actually got to get running here. Like I said, I got a flight at 10. I'm back here at 7. I might just shower, get something to eat, and then leave a little early to get to the airport for once. Early, I gotta run to Aquascape for a day and a half. I'm gonna hang out with Greg Woodstock and those guys. So stay tuned on Instagram and on the vlogs to see some other pond videos. Always a good time hanging with Greg. But questions from the last vlog. I try to answer you guys' questions as much as I can. Somebody said running the snowblower at night. Love to hear your guys' input too, and if you want to leave a comment to answer the question and even help the algorithm, you guys know how that goes. Yeah, YouTube. Do we run the snowblowers at night? My company policy, and I'd love to hear what you guys do, is from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. we do not run our snowblowers. I know that it's not going to work for everybody. A lot of you guys get a lot of snow, and that's just not going to do it. For us, I try not to wake people up, or especially now that I have a baby, like I get it a lot more, go figure. It only took 15 years to figure that out. But from 1 to 5 a.m., we don't run our snow blowers. We will shovel the sidewalks and the front porch if it's not a lot of snow, if it's 1, 2, 3 inches. If it's 2, 4, 6, 8 inches of snow, we are not shoveling it. That's why we have the snow blowers. So we're not going to spend a lot of time doing the sidewalks if the snow ends and we can't get to the sidewalks between 1 and 5 a.m. Every customer is super cool. Think about it. They would rather us not wake them up or the baby up or their neighbors up versus just having us come back and tidy up the sidewalks the next morning at 6, 7, 8 a.m., right? The driveways, we will still use the plow. It's not really that loud, and you should have your beacon on. A lot of times I turn my beacon off. Any which way, you can kind of, at 3 or 4 in the morning, there's very few people out. And I'm sure somebody's going to comment, always have your beacon on. I totally agree, but I just try to not blind people's bedrooms at 4 in the morning, knowing that there's honestly nobody up. And then somebody else had a question about the V controller. I guess it's a different kind of question, but hey, it's a question that you guys asked. I want to make sure I answer them. So here is the Boss plow controller. It's extremely simple, pretty straightforward. Up, down, left wing, right wing, or vice versa here. And then to windrow one side, you go hook right. Windrow the other way, you hook left. 2 up in the top that scoops, and then 2 in the back on the bottom here, and you're in like a point mode. So I'll try to show you guys this really quick here if I can. By the way, a couple of you guys were saying show some love to the plow. I totally agree. If you got tips or suggestions, let me know. Maybe spray some WD-40 or some fluid film around. Probably should do that. Somebody said wire brush this bottom and then repaint it. Probably not a bad thought there. One thing I'm looking to do is get another one of these plow guide posts, and maybe get another one pointed this way. So that way when the plow is straight down, I can have it sticking out 2 feet. So when I go to a residential garage and it kind of like bows in or something, then I know that I'm got that 1.5 feet clearance. I don't know. I just thought it's kind of like whiskers on a plow. Does somebody do anything like that? This is kind of bendy flexing. It got the little guard here, but I thought maybe like if they're pointing out right and it kind of like taps the garage, then I know, hey, don't go any closer. It's usually not an issue, but that way we can get it as close as possible to the garage without bumping anything, right? I guess I'd have to measure from the front of the nose too, because this black rubber wind guard is probably sticking out further than the actual corners are, right? Well, guys, I know you think I like making YouTube videos till 6 o'clock in the morning out here in some random parking lot. I like to sleep, I like to get back to my wife, and I like to edit the vlogs and get them up to share with all you guys on YouTube. So it takes a little bit of time to do all this. If you guys really enjoy and appreciate the Q&A and also just the videos in general, if you guys can do me a big solid with a big thumbs up. One other quick thing I'm gonna wrap up with, I'm gonna do some videos talking about what we make, how much we charge, how much you can make in a night. So look forward to those couple of videos coming up. Got a couple of people asking questions about what do we make plowing snow. I'll try to help you guys out. It's not millions, it's not pennies, it's somewhere in between, right? So we do okay plowing snow and enough to keep everything moving at least around here, right? All right, guys, well, that's what I got. Short and sweet vlog today. Hope you guys enjoy it. And if you guys have any questions on this video or other questions about the plow or snow blowing, leave them down below. I'll do my best to help out and answer them the best way I can. And it's a random parking lot. What if somebody came up and just got me really quick? Hopefully they publish this vlog, right? All right, having fun, guys. We'll catch up with you on the next one.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.